So what about you? Have you ever been a fool? Proverbs 12 and verse 16. A fool's wrath is presently known. How do you identify a fool? Guy always, or a woman always blowing up in anger. Always blowing up in anger. And these people, you want to stay away, you want to distance yourself from these people. You don't want to hang out with them. You don't want to befriend them because you just can't trust them. You never know when they're going to blow up. I mean, again, what do you think of the person who is always blowing up in anger? You avoid those people like the plague. A fool's wrath is presently known. How is it known? Because he's always blowing up. All right. Proverbs 15 and verse 5. A fool despises his father's instruction. What are we talking about here? We're talking about children who don't listen to their parents. Okay? They won't accept their parents' instruction. They won't accept their parents' wisdom. The Bible calls these children fools. A fool despises his father's instruction. Proverbs 17 and verse 16. Wherefore is there a price in the hand of a fool to get wisdom, seeing he has no heart to it? Now this is a powerful proverb that really applies to a lot of young students today going to college. You know, they go to college and they spend their parents' money, don't they? Yeah, their parents spend $30, $40, $50, $60, $80,000 to send their kid to college. And when they get out, they're not any better than they were when they went in. You know, they can't get a job, or they get a job at McDonald's or whatever, but the whole tuition was wasted. And this verse says, why is there a price in the hand of a fool? Why does a fool pay to get wisdom, seeing he has no heart for it? You know, he's more concerned about, or she's more concerned about getting drunk than learning at a college. Okay, the Bible calls this person a fool. My question is, have you ever been a fool? Proverbs 17 verse 28. Even a fool, when he holds his peace, is counted wise, and he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. You know, this is funny right here, because you can be in the presence of the biggest fool on earth, and if he will just keep his mouth shut, he will be perceived as a wise man. All right. Proverbs 18 verse 2. A fool has no delight in understanding. Now this one is, again, interesting. No desire for continued education. You ever met people that they just, far as learning, they just don't do it anymore? They don't read books, they don't read magazines, they don't listen to CDs, they don't get themselves educated. A lot of religious people don't do that either, as far as learning from the Word of God. They just don't get educated. You know, a fool has no delight in understanding, no desire for continued education. Proverbs 20 and verse 3. It is an honor for a man to cease from strife, but every fool will be meddling. Now the word meddling, you know, to meddle in someone else's business. You ever met people like that? They can't keep their nose out of other people's businesses, and they stir up strife. You know, they just stir the bucket. They just stir it up, and they love a big ruckus going on. A lot of dysfunctional family systems are like that. They just love it when a stink is going on. They just love it when somebody, you know, Billy Bob got thrown in jail. Billy Bob got a DUI. You know, Susie got knocked up or whatever. And they just love it, and they talk about it, and they're meddling, and they're in each other's business constantly, and they're angry and mad and upset at each other. It is an honor for a man to cease from strife, but every fool will be meddling.